Okay, so for those people at home, my computer froze up on me, and this is part 2 of our lecture. So we got as far as number 77. Okay, last 4 questions we need to do. I told you guys to cross off 87 down to 94, didn't I? I think I told you that the other day, a few days back. Okay, so Shaylin answered earlier about arc length is like the crust. Now we're talking about something called sector area. The area of a sector. It says on problem 79 through 86, A denotes the area of a sector. Okay? So what they're saying here is this. You don't need to draw this picture. On 79, it says it's the same situation. So we have the radius was 10. They went, how far did they go? A half a radian, which was about here, I think it was. And they said the arc length was this. It was the crust. The sector area is this right here. What's that? We're not looking at the crust. We're looking at what? What's that? The slice of pizza. How big of a slice of pizza? Okay? So let's jot this down. Sector area. Sector area, and I'm going to put slice. The actual slice. How big of a slice of pizza is it? Okay? So arc length is how big the crust is. Sector area is how big a slice is. And A equals 1/2 theta r squared. I'm not going to tell you what they all stand for, because they stand for the same thing other than the A. You can guess what the A stands for. Area. Theta is the angle in radians. It's got to be in radians still. And R is still the radius. Okay? Again, I will almost certainly give you these 2 formulas on your first test. Okay? So on 79, they don't give us A. We have A equals 1/2 times theta is 10 times R squared. Nope, not 10. Theta was 1/2 times R squared is 10 squared. Okay, we do powers first. 1/2 times 1/2 times 10 squared is 100. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. 1/4 of 100 is 25. Okay, just plugging stuff in. We get the answers. So it would be 25, whatever our units were. If it was measured in miles, it'd be 25 square miles of pizza. That's a lot of pizza. Okay, if it was feet, 25 square feet of pizza, which is still a pretty good amount. Okay, number 81. This time they give us A. They give us the area. The slice of pizza is 2 square feet. That's how big this pizza is. 2 square feet. We have 1/2 times theta is 1/3 times r squared. We're trying to find out what r is. So again, they're going to give you everything except for one thing. Plug what you know in, and then find out what they don't know. So we do that. 1/2 times 1/3 is 1/6 times r squared. Or get rid of this 1/6 by timesing by 6. 6 times 2 is 12 is r squared. And then the last thing we have to do is square root it. Now in algebra we learned we put that square root symbol in. You're supposed to put a plus or minus. But we're talking about the radius. It doesn't make sense to have a negative radius. So we're just going to say radical 12. That's the exact answer, radical 12. You don't need to put the plus or minus symbol there, because it doesn't make sense in this context. And an approximate answer would be 3 point something. The square root of 12 is 3 point something. I don't know what it is. You have to use a calculator, but we want the exact answer. Actually, I tell you what, a better answer, you really should do this. That's not a square, but there's a square that goes into 12. 4 3 times. Radical 4, radical 3, and radical 4 is 2. That's a better answer, is 2 radical 3. I probably wouldn't mark you wrong if you put down radical 12. 2 more. 83. Okay, so they give us A, 3 square miles, 1/2. Occasionally students say, where'd that 1/2 come from? It's part of the formula. That's always there, okay? Okay, 1/2, theta, we don't know, times r, which is 5, squared. Again, they gave us 2 out of the 3. We plugged in the 2 things to find out the third thing. So 3 equals 1/2 times theta times 25. 1/2 times 25. 1/2 of 25 is 12.5 times theta. Then we divide by 12.5, divide by 12.5. And you can use a calculator, but I believe that is, what is that, 8 0.24. I'll tell you what, some students say, well, how do you do that in your head? I'll show you little tricks when I can come up with them. Double the top and the bottom. I think you'd be able to do this in your head. Double the top, you have 6. Double $12.50, $12.50. 25, $6.25. Double it again, double 6, you're at 12. Double 25, 50. 12.50 is. Double 12 and 50, 24 over 100. 2400s. So, or you can use a calculator, I don't care. Last one, 85. A, we don't know. 1/2 times. The angle is 30. We're going to plug in 30? Shouldn't. Why? Make it radians. Okay? It's in degrees. Okay? So, 30 degrees, we already did that once, it's pi over 6, times r is 2 squared. Gotta be in radians. So let's clean this up. 2 squared is 4, so we have 1/2 times pi over 6 times, I'm going to make it 4 over 1. I haven't said this year, just want to make sure. Let's go back to middle school here for a second. And we're not going to move on until somebody says it, exactly what I'm looking for. We got denominators of 1, 2, and 6. What's our common denominator? Not 1. What's our common denominator? Put this on hold. If I give you this, I'm looking for a specific answer. I have denominators of 4 and 5. What's our common denominator? 20. Very good. 3/4 times 2/5. I'm looking for a specific answer. What's our common denominator when we take 3/4 times 2/5? Very good. That's what I want to hear. You don't need one when you're timesing. You don't need a common denominator when you're timesing. Okay? So 1, 2 is, if you're curious, the common denominator is 6, but you don't need one. Just times your tops, times your bottoms. So 1 times pi times 4 is 4 pi. Or 2 times 6 times 1 is 12. And 4/12 is 1/3. Okay? So the area of that pizza, how big that pizza would be, pi over 3, a little more than 1. 3.14ish divided by 3 is a little more than 1. A little more than 1 square, whatever, feet, inch, mile, whatever, slice of pizza. Question on these. Okay, so you have the rest of this hour and you have all hour tomorrow to work on the ones that we've skipped over. And we are going to start a new worksheet on Monday, okay? Can you guys work together or not? Yeah, I don't care if you work together, and help each other out, stuff like that. If you need help, ask. But I mean, you need to fill in the ones we skipped over. So numbers 12 through 86. So it looks like a lot of questions. That's a few. It's like 37 questions or so, but they're pretty quick questions. All right. Okay, the rest of the time's yours to work, guys.